Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Avanti Morocha. Today I'll show you 10 common mistakes that beginners make when working with the print and cut feature. Remember, it's only a mistake if you don't learn from it. Now let's begin. Cricut cutting machines don't print. You'll need a printer if you want to use the print and cut feature. Cricut recommends using inject printers. If you don't know what printer to get, check my video on which printer to use with Cricut. This doesn't mean a laser printer won't work. However, to avoid complications, especially from folks just getting started, it's better to use an inject printer. The print and cut feature is available for Cricut Maker 3, Cricut Explore 3, Cricut Maker and Cricut Explore Air 2. This feature is not available for Cricut Joy. This feature is probably still working if you have an older machine like the Cricut Air 1. To get the best results, you must calibrate your Cricut before using the print and cut feature for the first time. If you don't know how to calibrate your Cricut, watch my video about it. A common mistake during calibration is not using regular copy paper with your machine. If you use glossy or colored paper, you won't be able to calibrate your machine correctly. You must read the information about the paper that your printer uses. For example, my printer can print regular paper and cardstock. Most home office printers will only work with copy paper not thicker than 20 pounds. If your printer fits from the top, you will likely be able to use medium weight cardstock. Cricut recommends using matte paper because it's easier for the sensor to read the registration marks. If you are using Maker 3, Explore 3 or Maker, you may not have any issues using glossy paper because they have a more advanced sensor than, for example, Explore Air 2. Suppose you are having some problems using glossy paper. To resolve this, you may want to move your machine to another side in your studio or cover the registration marks with matte tape. Glossy paper reflects light, making it harder for the sensor to read the registration marks. A lot of people, due to the lack of research, are unaware that there is a maximum print area based on the paper you are using. If you are trying to send a job to print something bigger than the allowed area, it won't work and you will get an error. Make sure the size of paper you are using matches your settings. Go to Menu, Settings, and choose the size of paper you are using. There are two options available, letter size and A4. Many newbies don't understand when to use a bleed when printing. The bleed refers to an extra 1 inch of image or background color that extends beyond the trim area of your printing piece. If you want to understand better, I recommend watching my video about bleed. You'll use a sublimation printer when you want to transfer a design over fabric or sublimation blanks. Products made with sublimation will last more than those made with vinyl. The design will not fade or crack over time. Remember, you don't need a cutting machine for traditional sublimation. However, if you want to use other techniques, you will need one. If you want to learn more about my sublimation printer, check my video Everything About Epson Short Color F170. You need a regular printer to make stickers, cake toppers, and labels. You cannot use a sublimation printer for this. I hope you like this video and you find it informative. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you are interested in a Cricut or a printer, I'll share the links where you can buy them in the info box below the video. If you are new to Cricut, I invite you to join the Cricut Crafting Corner group on Facebook. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, hit the subscription button, tap the notification bell so you get informed every time I release a new video. Don't forget to visit my blog, follow me on my social media, like this video and share it with your loved ones. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.